I'm 32, and, according to my in-laws, the family liability. At 7:30 a.m., right on schedule, my phone rings. "Logan, darling," purrs my mother-in-law, Margaret, the only person who can make darling sound like disappointment. "Distinguished guests today, judges, lawyers, business owners, please avoid mentioning your job situation. Translation, don't remind anyone you work at a grocery store." I hang up, stare at the cheap gray suit the bride picked for me, and check the 3 other phones buzzing with messages from Singapore, Dubai, and Sao Paulo. My assistant, "Board wants your go on the 1.8B Singapore deal." My head of security, "Extraction plan ready, helicopter on standby." But sure, let's worry about my job situation. How I became the punchline. 7 years ago, I spent 8 months stocking shelves on the night shift at Murphy's Market. Not because I'd failed out of life, because I was building a logistics company and wanted to study retail flow from the ground up. Barcodes, delivery windows, shrink, checkout bottlenecks, real data. By day, I wrote algorithms and cold-called clients from my garage. Try explaining that at family dinner. "Honest work," Uncle Martin said, like he was diagnosing a condition. Word spread. By the time the story finished its lap around both families, I wasn't researching supply chains. While building a startup, I was a clerk. Period. I could have corrected them with contracts, awards, and bank statements. Instead, I let them keep the myth. Being underestimated has its uses. Rehearsal dinner. The steakhouse looks like a chandelier showroom. Patrick, my brother-in-law and today's groom, parades me up to Julia's very important parents. "This is Logan," he says. "He's in groceries." Judge Morrison squeezes my hand like a tax audit. "Essential work," he intones. Later on the terrace, I hear Julia's mother say, "It's sweet Clara married someone so simple." Margaret replies, "He's not a bad person, just limited." Noted. Wedding morning in the groomsman's suite, Patrick raises a glass. "Gentlemen, meet the family Embarrassment. The grocery man." They howl. Brad asks if I get an employee discount. Mike, a banker, praises the clarity of simple work. Tom claps my shoulder. "Not everyone needs to be a big shot." Clara laughs along. "Logan's got thick skin," she says. I step onto the balcony and text my security chief, Miguel. 10 minutes after the first dance. Be ready. Understood. The ceremony cathedral, stained glass, vows about dignity and support. Behind me, whispers, "Thank goodness Patrick found a good family. At least Clara doesn't have kids with him. Pretty sure they're on food assistance." My phone buzzes under the pew, regulatory approval, board questions, press requests. But yes, let's talk about milk prices. The reception Judge Morrison toasts excellence, integrity, achievement, name-checking every doctor, lawyer, and founder in the room. Patricia adds a roll call of overachievers. Then Patrick takes the mic. "My sister Clara is thriving at Patterson & Associates, and her husband Logan works honestly in food service. It's humble work, but it's still work." Polite applause. Clara squeezes my arm like he's given me a medal. I step out to the terrace to breathe and catch Derek holding court. 15 years with the same Honda. Think he's, limited? Uncle Martin. Some people are happy with simple lives. Tom whispers about EBT cards. The banker declares it noble to know your place. Miguel texts, "Helicopter ETA 10. I answer, "Stand by. Time for the show." The break I slip back in, and the best man beelines straight to me. Only he isn't the best man. He's Miguel in a black suit, earpiece glinting. "Mr. Anderson," he says, loud enough to quiet a ballroom. "I'm your head of security. Shall we leave?" The room freezes. Champagne flutes hover. Someone actually drops a glass. It shatters like a gunshot. Patrick barks a brittle laugh. "Security? For him?" Miguel doesn't blink. "Sir, the Singapore board is waiting. The $1.8 billion merger cannot proceed without your approval. A ripple of gasps. Phones appear like prairie dogs. I let the silence spread, then speak, clear, steady. My name is Logan Anderson. I'm the founder and CEO of Anderson Global Logistics. We employ over 85,000 people in 47 countries. Thumbs fly. A cousin near the back whispers, he's on the Forbes list. Another, oh my God, that Anderson. Patrick stammers, color draining. This is a joke, right? The only joke, I say, is how little you ever bothered to ask. Margaret's pearls tremble. Judge Morrison's courtroom baritone is gone. Why didn't you tell us? You never wanted to know, I say. You preferred the myth where Clara saved the poor grocery man. It made you feel generous. Clara opens her mouth, then closes it. No words, just realization. Miguel steps closer. Sir, the helicopter is ready. Another wave of gasps. Helicopter does that to a room. I finish my champagne, set the glass down, and look over the faces that spent years mistaking quiet for small. You wanted an embarrassment, I say. You got one, just not the way you thought. The crowd parts. We move. Through the lobby, up the rooftop stairs, into the rotor wash and city wind. I glance back through the glass, 100 stunned faces framed by chandeliers. Time to go, sir, Miguel says. I climb in, the skids lift, and the ballroom shrinks to a dollhouse of gossip and pearls. Tomorrow, the press will run the merger. The family will discover they've been dining next to the man whose warehouses keep their prime boxes arriving on time. And the next time someone says he works at a grocery store, it'll come with a very different tone. Some lessons are expensive. This one only cost them a wedding.